Hiya! Welcome! Here's a box that's come all the way from down under. Of course, it is from PopCultcha, those purveyors of pop culture items. This has not taken long to come at all. A lot of deliveries from Australia for numerous reasons. I mean, it kind of started with COVID and then they just seemed to have a backlog regarding international mail for many, many months. So often stuff would be sat at Melbourne Airport for quite some time, but this one doesn't seem to have taken long at all. I think it's under 2 weeks since I actually ordered this. It's a 2-pack that fits in an out-of-box collection of mine. Hopefully the intro music, assuming that I didn't have to mute it due to the Gestapo, will give you a clue. Let's get it open. The price of this, given that postage from Australia to the UK for a package this size is around £10, maybe a bit under. I don't think this was too bad. I think altogether the total price for this was well under 25, maybe even closer to 20, he says, as some sort of label or invoice has dropped to the floor. Wow, look at that. We've got some padded air from PopCultcha. I'm not too worried about the box condition for this, because as I say, this will be an out-of-box pop, or 2 pops, as it's a 2-pack. It's wedged quite tightly in this box. Yeah, I think they could have probably used a slightly bigger box if they'd got one. I've had just single pops come in boxes this size, and there's always been a bit of wiggle room. I almost had it out there. Ooh, there we are. Just close my knife up. Safety first, kids. And the 2-pack I've got to show you is in the Parks and Recreation line. It is Lil Sebastian and Jerry Gergich. Oh yeah. Box condition looks very good, but as I say, these are coming straight out of box and into my cabinet here on the far left of my wall, which has all my Parks and Rec collection and a great chunk of my office collection all out of box as well. But we'll have a little bit of a look at the box. It does show you a line on the back. I haven't got any of those simply because I've got earlier releases of all these characters such as Leslie Knope, Ron Swanson, etc. Lil Sebastian, who I've already got, as you know, and I'll get onto that again in a sec. And the main reason I wanted this particular 2-pack, because I don't know if he'll ever get a pop released by himself, but Jerry Gergich here, Parks and Recreation, I've talked about it before. I'm a fan, I really enjoy it, one of my favourite US comedies, made by the same people who make The Office, but compared to The Office, certainly with friends of mine who I talk to, it's just not as popular, with them anyway. Doesn't look like Jerry has a stand. I didn't expect him to. And here is the lovely little pony, Lil Sebastian, as well. So we'll close this box up now, and I'll be putting this into storage later on. Right, who should I show you first? I'll show you Lil Sebastian first. I suppose I could do a bit of a comparison, really, as I've got a Lil Sebastian pop, and try and determine whether this one looks much different. I think if you have a look at him, the main difference really is he's got his head to the side, or his body to the side, depending on how you'd class it, whereas this one, the original Lil Sebastian pop, is looking at your face on. I think actual face wise, very little difference. Maybe his little mane there, his fringe is slightly longer. I do love Lil Sebastian. You've got to watch the show really to get it, but he's kind of like an icon, a symbol of the whole Parks and Recreation series. And he looks great there with his long mane, his little tail. Has he got a saddle on? Yes, I think so. Yeah. Nobody would be riding him because he's bloody small. Brilliant. There we are. And maybe not quite as exciting, certainly not as cute, but here is kind of the Parks and Rec department's resident standing joke, and a bit of a, not sad sack, because he was actually quite a positive person really, but everyone always took the piss out of him. I mean, he did have a lot of bad luck, but you know, he always came to work with a smile on his face. I'm talking about Jerry, aka Larry, aka Gary, I think they called him for a time as well, Gergich. So he's got grey hair. Really happy they brought a Jerry out. He's one of the main core cast members after all, similar to when I showed my Funko Europe haul recently, and although I'd already got a Ben Wyatt pop, I got that because there was the Donna character released in pop form for the first time. Akin to that, I'm happy to get Jerry in this 2-pack with a character I've already got. Got like a green t-shirt on. I think he's got his Parks Department lanyard there. chino type trousers, black shoes. Simple, but he looks just like the character. I think Funko get that spot on really. But there we are, Jerry Gergich alongside Lil Sebastian. Nice quick unboxing from PopCultcha today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video looking at 2 more additions to the Parks and Recreation collection. Not sure if any more are coming out. I can think of at least a couple of main characters from Parks and Rec that they haven't released yet, so I would expect those to come out at some point. It was quite a long time between the initial Parks and Recreation wave some years ago to all the ones that they started releasing within the last year to 2 years. All the new variants and the different characters. So who knows, we'll have to wait and see. And I touched upon it when I showed you the Parks and Rec set and some other pops that I got in a recent Funko Europe purchase. I do still have available, obviously, as I just showed him to you a few minutes ago. Lil Sebastian there, the original, and he's got some value to him. I don't know the TPD value offhand because I don't use TPD, but easy to look up. And also Ben Wyatt's duplicate as well. I've had a bit of interest from people saying they might like these, but no one's actually firmly said, right, I'll buy them off you, how much do you want? So unless either of those people come forward and definitely claim these soon, these are still available at the time of this video going out anyway. And as you know, even though this one does have some value, this one is quite new anyway, so not so much. I will do a very fair deal. You won't be paying what this is worth, certainly, and I'll probably throw this one in for free if you want Lil Sebastian. But there we are. That's enough of the sales pitch anyway. They're still available at the time of publishing, so if anyone is interested, then my social media links, they're on screen right now, so please contact me in any which way that you know how to. And of course, while I'm on the subject, I want to say special thanks to patrons. My Patreon link is in the description text box. Subscribers, of course, always want to thank my wonderful subscribers. And also there's some Funko affiliate links down in the description text box as well. And one for contents insurance. Fancy that. I'm going to go now, and I've got Jerry, Larry, Gary, Gergich, and the beautiful, late, dearly departed Little Pony, Lil Sebastian, to put in my comedy cabinet there, the Parks and Rec, with some office, and display those forevermore, however long that may be. And I do hope that all of you will join Jerry, Lil Sebastian and myself next time for my next Funko Pop unboxing. Cheers everyone. See ya!
Sorry, I thought I was going to fart and nothing happened, so I thought I'd better fill the gap.